Breaking news, China's about to release a stimulus package that is very different than the stimulus packages they have had in the past. Now, the last two times China printed more money, altcoins just went on insane rips. Here you can see the two circled areas that I pointed out the last two times. Now, this time is going to be a lot different because this is unlike any stimulus package that they've ever had. Now, I have two main areas circled. We're not going to look at this one because this was a crypto market bottom. This is January 2023, December 2023. This one right here, though, is going to be a little bit more important. We're going to be paying attention to this area right here, December 23 to March 24. Now, like I said, this was a macro bottom. You can get your Solana for $8. You get all your coins on discount. Bitcoin was trading around $15,000. So we're not going to count this bounce. Basically, everything just jumped tremendously from the bottom, but we are going to be looking at this stimulus package and then talking about the latest Chinese stimulus package that is going to be happening here and what that's going to mean for your altcoins. Now, here you can see this is the Chinese money supply that we're looking at here. And you can see a nice little 3-month stretch where they were printing a lot of excess cash. Now, again, December 23 to March 24. Every single coin was performing fantastically around this time. So December 1st, ETH was trading at 2,000, and then in March it hit 4K. Solana December 1st, trading at $59, and then in March went from $59 to $200. And then last but not least, we're gonna look at Cardano. Cardano started December at 38 cents, and then by March had hit 77 cents, wicking up to 80 cents. So you could clearly see Chinese stimulus, when they add to the money supply, crypto does fantastic. So when we dive in a little bit deeper, we're going to be reading some Chinese state media here. China printed 1 trillion yuan in sovereign debt. Okay, this was going to give them some positive growth implications. Now, if we scroll down and look at the specifics here, they printed 1 trillion yuan, which came out to $137 billion in US cash. So that's the US equivalent. Now, fast forward a couple months, because this is October 23, finally gets approved. You know, they're looking at this debt plan. Debt plan gets approved. They start printing money. Well, they actually walked back their stimulus package. This is now December of the same year, and they said, hey folks, that was a stopgap measure, not any kind of stimulus. They had major natural disasters really wreck their real estate market. So we scroll down here. At the time, this $137 billion was one of the biggest changes to national budget in years. Now, fast forward to today. What does this mean today? What does their current economic stimulus package look like? Are we looking at 1 trillion yuan? Are we doing a little bit more, a little bit less? 137 billion cash US. Is it more? Is it less? Folks, I hope you're sitting down, because this is the biggest Chinese stimulus package we've ever seen in our entire lives. They've gone from 137 billion US to $1.4 trillion. That is right, a 10x in the amount. And so remember, that was 1 trillion yuan. Here you can see 10 trillion. So China considering approving next week the issuance of over 10 trillion yuan. This is going to be 1.4 trillion in American dollaroos, and extra debt in the next few years to revive its fragile economy. A fiscal package which is expected to be further bolstered if Donald Trump wins the US election. Meaning, if Trump wins, it's going to be even more. It's going to be further bolstered if Donald Trump wins. So it could be even more than 10 trillion. And now, to approve the fresh fiscal package, this is going to be voted on the last day of a meeting. And this last day is going to be November 8th. This is at the Standing Committee for the National People's Congress. So on November 8th, we're going to find out, are they going to print 10 trillion yuan or the $1.4 trillion in US? Now you might be asking yourself, all right, that's all fine and dandy, DZ. What coins are going to pump the hardest if China prints massive amounts of money, folks? Well, we did a video on that, believe it or not. Go to our channel here. You can see about 1 month ago, 3 weeks ago, 10 must-buy altcoins China is pumping. Now, I talk about the plans of the stimulus package, and now we have the vote of the stimulus package, but I can't leave this video without giving you at least one Chinese gem, and that's going to be Chinese Conflux. Want to give a little bit of a warning here. You can see this coin is skyrocketing off the news today. It is up about 11%, but big difference in the price and the market cap. Now, when we look at the price here, you can see, boy, this coin looks beaten down. This thing was $1.50. Right now it's 15 cents. Does that mean we get a 10x? Is that in the cards? No. Okay. When you look at the market cap, you can see we had a previous all-time high in March. We hit $2 billion. Look at the value right now. We're currently sitting around 700 million. So to hit previous all-time high, you're looking at close to a 3x. So Conflux getting a quick 10x. I don't know if that's going to be doable, but Conflux getting a quick 3x, that looks very doable. Now, when we zoom in a little bit on the chart here, You can see that the Chinese package a year ago was tremendous for its value. You know, ETH did a little bit of a 2x, Solana did like 2.5x, Cardano did about 2.5x. What about Conflux? Did it stick in that 2-3x range? Conflux outperformed all those major coins. And so here, if we zoom in on December 1st, you can see it was trading at 15 cents. So how high did it reach in March? Got as high as 51 cents. So now we're looking at over a 3x. Now it is a smaller cap, so you do expect a little bit higher return, but this coin is also down further from its March high. So that's the downside to the upside here. So I think there's a lot of upside for Conflux. I can see Conflux, you know, hitting 50 cents sometimes over the next couple weeks, if not couple months, because this Chinese stimulus package is going to be tremendous. Now remember, we are voting on the 8th, but 10 trillion yuan is going to be massive for crypto. It's going to be massive for Bitcoin. It's going to be massive for these Chinese altcoins. So go watch that video. Look at the other coins we're talking about. I am bullish on Conflux. That's all I got for you. Folks, I'll see you and your Chinese-oriented altcoin portfolio.